Hello, sinners. It is I, Father Evil, and I invite you to Destination Station on YouTube.
Bagels can go to Destination Station. This buddy is the bomb.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
Fucking A.
Yep.
I had to say that for a reason.
Freddie, take that, motherfucker.
All right. Okay. Fuck you. Yeah.
Jamie Kennedy. Subscribe to my man, Destination Station, right now if you want the best content.
That for some reason it was like I gotta delete some of this stuff on my streams. I was like, oh, why can't I find it? Am I overlooking it? What's going on? Awesome. I got that music going. Let me know on your side if it's okay, if I need to turn it down, turn it up. Are you digging it? If it's not your vibe, I will change it. But it is Scream Talk tonight. Tonight, it's a free-for-all. We're talking all theories and all predictions, so put them in the comment section tonight. Looking forward to hearing y'all's thoughts on it. Not really getting any news right now, but you know what? We're going to keep this train rolling because just like Saw, I think we're about to be unleashed with like more news than we can bear. I just have that funny feeling. So yeah, let me know how it is with that music. I'm going to bring it down just a tad so I can hear myself talk a little bit. Let's get to the comment section. Let's see who's all here right now. Not sure how long I'm going to go tonight. Just putting that out there. Been editing some videos. Still got a lot of stuff I got to get taken care of. And it's my daughter's birthday weekend. Yeah, she turned 15 this past Tuesday. And so yeah, tomorrow I got a big day tomorrow. Big day. So yeah. Val's in the house. Happy Friday, y'all. What's up, Val? How you doing tonight? Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're having a fantastic Friday night. Paula's in the house. What's up, Paula? Welcome to the party. Hope you're doing supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Absolutely. What's up, Val? Awesome. Hey, Paula, I see y'all. Yeah, so tonight, I want to talk about where exactly do we really think that this franchise is going to go? Because honestly, I think the original idea for whatever they're doing, I think it's out the window at this point. I mean, I really do. I don't think we're going to be in New York. If we are, it might be just for like a opening scene to like cut those ties, you know? But I think we're about to transition into another storyline, or we're going to go back to legacy characters. Hopefully, that's what I really want. At least now, you know, some people want that new Nightmare approach to the Scream franchise. I've made videos on that years ago, before Scream 5 even came out. And so I'm thinking about doing another video on it, probably come out sometime this week, but like my thoughts on it and how, and you know, like the setting and how it would, how the pitch for it, you know. And whenever I see the Scream crew this May at Texas Frightmare, I'm going to go to the Scream panel and I'm going to ask the entire crew, I'm going to ask them, what do they think about that idea? I don't know if they've ever been asked that. You know, it might not even be on their mind. But we do know that they respect Wes Craven, so maybe they'll respect the idea too. Hell, some of them might not even know what New Nightmare is. But yeah. Let's see here. Jamie's in the house. What's up, Jamie? Hello. Hello to you too. That's what I'm thinking, Paula. I'm thinking it might be a new storyline. I think it will still be connected, but they're gonna have to find a way to cut ties. You know, like with what they've already built. to go back to the legacy characters. And even if that's being mean and the opening scene is killing like Chad and Mindy, I wouldn't be surprised, you know? I really wouldn't be surprised. At least one of them, you know? And I don't know, or they could just ignore them altogether and not bring them back and then just go somewhere else and they just have some dialogue saying that what happened in New York and they all went on with their separate lives. Boom, bada bing, bada boom, pow. You know? Hopefully it's a little bit more than that. But it's gonna be kind of hard to top Scream 6 with how well that performed in the box office. So they better be very, very careful with what they do with those characters that they've already built up, you know? That's what I'm thinking. So you know, I'm going to be having some guests on the next 3 weeks. I'm going to be having some guests on the show, and they're big Scream. I'm not going to give away who they are, but they are big Scream. They do a lot of Scream content also on here. Sorry, I had a brain fart for a second. But yeah, they do a lot of Scream content on here. So I'm curious to hear other people's thoughts, other content creators. You know, I don't always watch everybody. I do watch some content creator stuff, but I don't always watch all their stuff. You know, there's only so much time in the day. I got so much stuff with work, kids, doing my own thing, creating everything. So I'm looking forward to hearing what other content creators think about where the Scream franchise should go, their theories and predictions on it. It's always good to hear stuff like that, you know, because we're all just big fans at the end of the day. We're all just we just want this all to succeed, honestly. We really do. At least I hope you do. Paula says, I wouldn't mind seeing Mindy killed off, right? Yeah. I kind of liked Mindy in the first one, you know, and then the second one, there was parts of it that I liked of her, but then I was kind of like, I don't really blame her. I blame the script for her. Does that make sense? I think she just needs better writing material. You know, even if she lives, they can make her character badass in the next one. But if I had to choose between Mindy and Chad, I'd want Mindy to go. I feel like Chad has endured enough pain. So I'm looking forward to seeing him live for a little bit. Mindy, I think she should have been a goner to begin with. The Core 4 is already terminated. So what are they going to do? What are you going to do? But, you know, like how they built up Cotton Weary in Scream 2, and he was like pretty much the hero, and we trusted him and we liked him, just to kill him off in the opening of Scream 3. I think they're going to do something similar in nature. I think Scream 7's still going to mirror Scream 3 in some capacity, and I think we're going to have a big leaguer, one of the main cast, killed off. That's what I'm thinking. And you know, with going through all of Scream 6, I think we need a big surprise like that. You know what I mean? Like, I think somebody needs to die. Someone that's significant needs to die at the beginning. And I wouldn't mind Mindy or Chad. You know, I'd even accept it if it was Chad. But if I had to choose between the two, it would be Mindy. Or even Martha Meeks. That could get them back to Woodsboro. Going back to her funeral because she died. You know? I wonder, let's say all else fails, okay? Let's say that they can't cut a deal with Nev Campbell. And you know Jenna and Melissa are not coming back. What if they did make Mindy and Chad the leads of this film? Would we accept that? Would that be enough would that get us excited enough to come back? I mean, I'm pretty sure Gail will come back in some way. Kirby probably. I would say maybe Kirby be the more main lead and them being the supporting characters. I could accept that more. Because also I don't feel like Kirby had enough to do in Scream 6. They didn't do enough. and maybe they can fix that wrong by letting her be the lead in Scream 7. You know, maybe there's another kill in Woodsboro, and they're like, oh, we got to get to Woodsboro. And then they go, their mom's dead. Kirby's along for the ride. Gail's like, oh, I can't miss it. I can't miss this right now. And she comes down there. But somebody's got to go. Somebody's got to go. I mean, even, I wouldn't even say Martha Meeks. Okay, Martha Meeks was in Scream 3, okay, and in Scream 5. But she's not one of the legacy characters. She's not one of the main cast. She's a pop in and pop out. She's a now you see me, now you don't, you know, like Houdini. She's one of those cameo, like coming in for a scene and dipping out. But I think she's significant enough to give a death scene to, you know. If we didn't have Dewey dead, he could be leading the film, and I would not be mad about that. Yeah, Mindy's a great choice. Mindy's a fantastic choice for an opening scene kill. You know, how would it take place though? In the hospital? They're all at the hospital, right? And how the hell did she leave the hospital so fast to be at the end of Scream 6? I just don't get that. That was silly. They were just like, oh, well, we just got to make it look like everybody's alive, and I'm just like, I don't see her leaving the hospital like that. Not in that time capacity, you know. So I'm thinking, what if it starts off there at the hospital in New York, and we kind of hear something, you know, Gail's injured, Mindy's injured. You got Chad. I would say Chad and Gail are probably the most injured, laid up in the bed. Mindy's the one walking the halls. Kirby, you know, she's injured too. But maybe they're healing, you know, over time. Maybe there'll be a little bit of few days or weeks that go by, and they get a phone call, but we get some type of, you know, dialogue of Melissa and Jenna like they're missing out of their beds, you know, or something, or well, they didn't even really go to the hospital. They were walking down the street, but I'm saying maybe they're gone. Like there's no way. So like they said no, they're out. They said they're gone. They're done with this, and they're off the grid. Kind of like how Nev did, you know, just like how Sydney did. The new hey Val, Nev's coming back. That's a big question mark still. Like I feel like I mean they could have already cut a deal. It's just not public yet. We do know that she is filming something in March. I don't think it's this. I think it's possibly she had 2 projects in the works. Why can't I think of it right now? I for some reason it's I can't think of it right now for some reason. But I do know that one of them is the show Twisted Metal, but there's another one that she was working on that is pretty significant. So, and she's had to cancel like one of her conventions. She's supposed to be in May at Texas Frightmare, and I'm hoping she does not cancel for that. I hope these shootings don't veer into that. You know, that's what I'm hoping that doesn't happen. So, Jamie, you so funny. You so funny. I know you're kidding. And has there been a final decision on the director? Last I heard was the director from Sick was a front runner. Yeah, okay, so I made a video of this, Val. So, okay, I've heard, this is one thing I have been watching on different content creators' topics. There's some people that say they have sources, okay? I think Critical Overlord and Behind the Mask has said that there's certain sources saying that the director is someone that put out a cult classic in 2009. Now, Sick, I'm sure it is a front runner. I don't see Sick being a cult classic. It's just not that status. I wouldn't be mad about it. I mean, I think that's fine. I know there's a lot of people that want this to happen. Sick was very Scream-esque. It would probably be a safe bet if that director did fill those shoes. It would be great. It'd be great if Kevin Williamson would be back as a writer too, because just like on that film. But I started like thinking, and I've launched this new my horror Valentine series that, you know, we're going to have throughout this week. We're going to be watching My Bloody Valentine and Bride of Chucky. I really think, I think Bride of Chucky is kind of like, it's got that feel of, you know, Valentine horror. It's like love and horror mixed together. I'm really thinking, I started digging. All right, look, I'm rambling here. I'm sorry. My apologies. But after looking into movies that came out in 2009, I was going through some stuff. And what I came across was that My Bloody Valentine came out in 2009, correct? Who directed and wrote that? Patrick Lussier. Patrick Lussier also edited the first 3 Scream movies, along with other Wes Craven properties like Cursed. And he directed and wrote Dracula 2000. He's worked with Wes Craven for the longest. And that's why I always said I felt like Scream 4 felt a little different. And I think it was from the lack of Patrick Lussier. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. But I really do. I think that he gave that Scream, he had a really good Scream feel. I love his editing style. I like how clean it is. It's kind of like in the moment. It just feels like a Scream movie, you know? It feels like a Wes Craven movie with him on board. And with him having done the My Bloody Valentine, some people, I guess you would say that's a cult classic. But he definitely directed it, and it's definitely 2009. And he's worked with Wes Craven. I would think that he would be a safe bet to do a Scream movie. I think he would do a banger job. I think he would be an awesome choice if it was Patrick Lussier. Now, that's not confirmation. I don't know. I'm just trying to puzzle it together from what other content creators are saying. I know a lot of people, they want, what's his name? John Hyams, or whatever, however you say his last name, from Sick. And I don't think that's a bad choice either. I just don't see that if there are allegedly sources out there that these other content creators are talking about. And if they're serious, it came out in 2009 and it's a cult classic. I was just looking through the filmography and I was like, why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of Patrick Lussier? So I jumped on the Patrick Lussier bandwagon. All right. The only thing is that if he is directing this, I want to see him edit it as well, you know, because I mean, he's behind the camera anyways. He would know the best way to edit this stuff. That's my choice. I did make a whole video about it. It's on my channel. I did it recently. I think I did it this past week. Check it out. Check it out. But I did hear that the director of Sick is one of the front runners, along with a couple other people. So we don't know who those other couple of people are. And that's why I'm thinking Patrick Lussier's in there. I'm hoping it too. After I came across that, I got excited. Something felt right about it. You know, like after I came across that, I was like, that makes sense. That should happen. Why hasn't this been a thing yet? So, and he's definitely a talented director and an editor. So yeah, that's my choice. But yeah, there's a few front runners. It's not just John Hyams. Just I know a lot of people want John Hyams to do it because, and I really think they want it because Kevin Williamson worked on Sick. You see what I'm saying? So it's more of a Kevin Williamson thing, but we're not getting Kevin Williamson back in the writing room. Reaper Kid, what's up, man? I heard Nev already secretly signed on. That's a rumor. We don't know. We have no confirmation on that yet. We do know that she's been offered. We know that there's something on the table. The ball is in her court, but she's bounced it back, and she's hoping that they do right by her. So we'll see. We'll see if they can close on this, because they need to close on some stuff. I still think we're going to get Scream 7 in 2025. I really do. I mean, look at it. Saw 11 is coming out in September, y'all. And they haven't started filming yet. They just got a director for that. That's the same writing team is not coming back for that was on Saw 10. It's not coming back for Saw 11. but it's still coming out this year. That's what I'm trying to put in perspective to everybody. Like, this movie's not going to be pushed back that far. It's not going to take that long to film this and do post-production editing and color composition, all that stuff. It's not going to take that long. So they really have the entire year come up with a game plan, because, and depending on what that date is in 2025, they could have it come out next Halloween. They could have it come out next Christmas, you know, or they could try to hit that January to March spot, you know, because we don't know all the movies and all the release dates that's coming out next year. So, you know, you don't want it to suffer going up against a big hitter. Val says the script sucked for Mindy like it did for Sam and Fob. Yeah, it seems like they're... Honestly, I feel like it's too many characters. Too many characters that they're focusing on all at once. They want to keep them all together and all that kind of stuff. You know, two can be over here doing their thing. Two could be over here and they just cross paths and then they come together like the middle of the movie and realizing it's happening. You know, I think they need to restructure some things going on, you know? But who am I? Who am I to say that? Because Scream 6 was a huge hit. So yeah. I think there's still... Mindy still has potential. But I still wouldn't be mad if she was the opening kill. You know, she could stay. Should I stay or should I go? We don't care. Paula says, how about Mindy and Gail? Gail is the only one who is sort of like Cotton being a TV host and all. You know, Paula, I have been wanting Gail to bite the dust since Scream 3. At least Scream 4. The only thing, and I'm down for it. I really am. I'm down for it. I think it needs to be something epic. I was really hoping Ghostface was going to throw her over the balcony, you know, in Scream 6. Instead of stabbing her, he was going to toss her over, and she was going to land at, like, Sam and Jenna's feet, splattering in front of the entire city, you know, like, people in the street, and, like, it'd just be really shocking, like, she goes out with a bang like that. But it didn't happen. Another thing is... you got to think, Courtney Cox is a executive producer on these movies, or on 6 she was, and she'll probably be on 7 as well. I don't think it's listed yet, but if she is an executive producer of any kind, she probably has in her contract, she has some sort of creative control over her character. That's usually how that goes, and unless she just wants to get killed off. She's like, yeah, this is my last one. Let's get her done. You know, let's do it. Let's go out with a bang. So yeah, all bets are off. But yeah, Gail can go too. I'm not. I could care less if she stays or goes. I'd rather her go. She did my boy Dewey wrong. I didn't like that. Let's see here. Reaper says, I wouldn't mind Kirby being the lead along with Gail. See, now that, a duo thing, if they're going to focus on that, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with, if Kirby gets, like, more of a shine, because she didn't really get that much of a shine. She was more, if she felt, her character felt plugged in, and I couldn't really buy her as an FBI agent. Does that... I couldn't buy it, you know? And I know Gail even made that comment, you know? But the way Gail and Kirby kind of had that, like, you know, like, you're an FBI agent? Who? And she's like, I got a gun, Gail. You know, like, they kind of had differences a little bit. Like, they were challenging each other. And then, like, even, like, Gail going, like, you know, ooh, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, sorry, Gail. Whatever. She makes Gail go away. I can't remember the exact line. Y'all could probably remind me in the comment section. But if they come together in this one and they're a duo, I might buy that. I might like that. I might dig it, you know? I think you would need to, if that is the case, I want to dig into Kirby's backstory just a little bit more, because I don't feel like we've gotten enough to chew on. But yeah, I don't mind that, Reaper. I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great approach. That's if Courtney Cox wants to be a lead, you know? I'm sure Hayden Panettiere would. So yeah. If all else fails, that's the thing. Is like the writers had to get rid of the first script, but how much of it? How much could you salvage in that script? Or did you have to throw the whole thing away and start back at the writing board? And if they've already started that, what if Nev Campbell knows, like through the grapevine? Oh yeah, they've already written a script and they got you all in it. This is the second time they've written this, so they really want to close a deal with you, Nev. And she's like, huh, I could use that to my advantage. They really want me back. Make it worth my while, She could be like that, and they might break because of that, because they're on the second script now. They don't want to go back to the writing board. I mean, how much time are you going to waste of the writers? The writers are going to end up quitting. You're going to have to find new writers. Val says, I would love to see some more backstory about Marine and Seven. Yes, I agree with that. If Sydney comes back, Sydney has to be involved. I am writing, I think most of y'all already know, but I am writing a Scream Origin script. I plan on doing like a table read with y'all on like my members live stream. So if you want to be a part of that, you want to hear some of the stuff in my Scream Origin script. Sorry, I said strip. Consider becoming a member. I don't want to give away everything, but we will do certain scenes to kind of give you the feel of what I'm going for here. So yeah, it's coming. I'm loving what I'm writing. Like, I'm feeling it. And other people that I have let read it have been like, this is good shit. This is good. So yeah. It's not required, but, consider becoming a member. Val says, I just hope they can pull this all together and put a decent movie. That's, you know what, Val, you were absolutely right. I just give us something good, even if it's a safe Scream movie, like it feels formulaic and it's safe and it's not taking too many risks. I'm okay with that too. Just let it be successful. And that's all we want. That's all we really, really want at the end of the day. That's just crazy about Saw. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. And think about the production design that you have to do with Saw. Okay? They don't have a lot of locations, Well, the last one did. They were in Mexico and all this kind of stuff. But like whenever it gets down to the games and all that kind of stuff, you're in a warehouse. You're like on a set or whatever. But the production design is really in depth. You would think that would take a lot, instead of being on location. So yeah. Saw's about to be. We're about to get a lot of Saw news. Saw 11. Jamie says, I wish they wouldn't rush stuff out like that though. Makes me worry that the story will suffer. That is a big risk. That's a really, really big risk, is that the story will suffer if you're rushing something out. But I think there's still time with Scream. Now with Saw, I mean, if they kind of know where it's going to go and you just got to ride around that concept or whatever, maybe. But, honestly, I think Saw 10 was great. I don't think Saw 11, in my opinion, how much better can you get? You know what I mean? Because this set something. This was like one of the best sequels, and it went really in depth with John Kramer's character, and it was good. It was good. I just watched it for the Saw-a-thon. Not what was it, last weekend, this past Sunday, and it was a really, really fun time. I really enjoyed it. But with Saw 11, unless if it's something, because if you saw that after credit scene, are we back in America, or are we still in Mexico, and are we about to get a new Jigsaw? I wonder if this is like a passing of the torch type of thing. Are we going to do another timeline? Are we going to address Jigsaw, the movie, the entry? Or are we going to address Spiral? Are those going to tie in? With the new writers coming on board, I'm curious. I don't really know what they're going to do, but I trust Kevin Grutier. Is that how you say his last name? Grutert. Whatever. I trust him as a director. He did really good with Saw X. He did really good with Saw 6. Saw 3D was kind of gimmicky in a way. I can forgive him for that sequel. But he's a talented director. I'm glad that at least they got him back. You know, that's kind of like when Kevin Williamson didn't come back for Scream 3, but they still had Wes Craven. I was like, okay, we're still in safe hands. So yeah. Jamie says, I really want to see Gail get some karma for all her risky behavior. She deserves it now. Now, I wouldn't say that after 5, but man, my eyes are burning, y'all. I wouldn't say that after 5 because I was like, oh, if she only had a heart, and she showed a heart, you know, in 5, and then she just goes back to her old Gail ways, and it was kind of tacky. Her whole demeanor about it was kind of tacky. And then you try to write it again. How many times are we going to dip back and forth with Gail and her moral compass here? Like, I'm done. I'm done with it. You know what? She didn't deserve Dewey, and she doesn't deserve to live any longer. Dang, that's really mean when I say it out loud. But yeah, she deserves some karma, Jamie. I agree with that 100%. Let her be the opening kill. Let her, you know, like that idea everybody wanted was like her be broadcast all over New York. What if that's the opening kill of Gail? And that's when all the characters are like, no, we're out in New York. Like, that's the opening kill. And then they're just like, no, we're out in New York. And then we kind of jump a little ahead and they're like getting off the plane and back in Woodsboro or whatever, or wherever they decide to go. Only to know that Ghostface followed them there. Or one of them, Ghostface. So yeah, I agree too. Especially after she didn't write that book about Dewdrop. I know. Has anybody seen my video I made of Dewey on my channel in loving memory of Dwight Dewey Riley? I made a montage of video of of Scream 1 all the way to Scream 5 to his death. Of just showing his just him. It's just about him and loving memory of him. It kind of feels like a funeral while watching it, so it might get you in the feels. That was the point. That when you watch it, that's the point. You know, I just want to throw out there with some mad respect for him, and he was the heart of the franchise, and the heart's gone, and the Shield, Nev Campbell, she's gone. She's the fighter. Jamie says 100% agree. I was so mad that she didn't write the book. Yeah, see, that even that is tacky. You know, maybe wouldn't it be crazy if, like, the beginning of the movie, she did write the book and we addressed this, like she's about to go on book tour or something, and she's about to go on book tour, and she's like, "This is what I always wanted to do," and you think she's about to do right. Only she gets the phone call and she ends up getting killed at the beginning. But she did write the book. I would accept that. I think that's the best of both worlds. Okay, yeah. You finally did something right, Gail. But you gotta die. Let's see here. Hope everybody's having a good Friday night. I'm trying to take the edge off. I actually, you know, fingers crossed, prayers, everything. I need all the stuff right now. I had a big interview yesterday and put on a big presentation for the interview. I did like a 90-day plan and everything, and they seemed pretty impressed with it. I'm hoping for the best. I'm just waiting on the offer letter. So fingers crossed, please. All the good vibes, all I need. And also, thank you for everybody that's reached out to me for the recent events that's happened on the last stream and everything. I love you all. Jamie, Val, Denisha, Paula, all y'all, thank you so much. Y'all handled that with great respect for sure. Y'all. I still kind of shocked by it, but I know that y'all know all the different names. I'm not going to name stuff and everything. I'm not trying to, you know, turn the vibe here or anything, but I want to tell y'all personally that I appreciate every one of y'all, and thank you for reaching out to me. That was super awesome of y'all. Anywho, let's see here. Where was I? This thing just jumped on me again. Hey, I just said that. Yeah. That's right, Val. See, great minds think alike. Hell yeah. Jamie says, you would think that with everything they had been through, she'd have found her own moral compass. Shake my damn head. Like that? Or like that? Anyways, I don't know. I'm just being goofy. Yeah, you would think, especially after Scream 5. I just, I don't know. It was just really, her approach and everything was just really disrespectful. And I was like, oh, they're making us hate her from the get-go. She's a goner. And I was so surprised they didn't kill her off. I was really, really surprised. Paula says Kirby and Chad would make a great team. Yeah, I think so too. I think Kirby and Chad, but I feel like they need a legacy character. Maybe Gale will be there with them. Maybe Kirby. Maybe all of them. Maybe they're the new core four. Kirby, Chad, Gale, and Mindy. And I would think that Danny would come back in some capacity too, and he would be more of a red herring. Being like, what if something's going on in Woodsboro, and like they're making like a new Stab movie in Woodsboro, and they got I always come up with this idea because I really think that they should do it. Bringing Hollywood to Woodsboro, so they're filming a movie in Woodsboro, so you kind of got that best of both worlds. But they're filming scenes and death scenes from where from the original deaths of the characters in Stab 1, so Scream 1. Like Casey Becker's house and stuff like that. Like we see familiar locations like that. And maybe there's some controversy going on in the town, being like, this is disrespectful, y'all shouldn't be doing this, blah, 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 whatever, yada, yada. But Danny shows up, and he's a big red herring, but he's there to find Melissa or Sam, but Sam's not there, and they're like, dude, she's not here. She's off the grid, and he doesn't understand why. He doesn't know why, but he's still, so you automatically think that he's still a killer because he's kind of sticking around in the background. I don't know. Do something like that. Jamie says, I totally want to be a part of the table read. Okay, Jamie, absolutely. It's good stuff. I hope y'all like it, for real. I've been putting some big work into it, and I gotta launch that Kickstarter. So yeah. Really want to get that done. Val says, Destin, definitely let me know when you do that. Would love to be a part of that. Absolutely, Val. You know I'm not leaving. Y'all know I ain't leaving y'all out. Taylor Gray is in the house. Hey, what's up, Taylor Gray? Welcome to the party. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday night. What is some of your Scream theories and predictions? We are talking about what's going to happen with Scream 7. Which direction are they going to go in with? So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Jamie says, weird, my eyes are burning too. Yes, I don't know. Like honestly, I keep like some drops over there, but I think I just ran out. Staring at monitors all day, I'm telling y'all. It's even mentally draining too. You wouldn't think it, but yeah, it is. But my eyes, yeah, they're burning. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to go. I'm probably going to go for like another 15, 20 minutes maybe. And we'll probably call it a night. Probably going to do a short night tonight because it is my daughter's birthday weekend. And I got big plans all day tomorrow. And then we also have a film roast tomorrow night. 10 p.m. Central. We're watching Vampire in Brooklyn. Wes Craven's Vampire in Brooklyn. So it's a first time watch for a lot of people that's going to be a part of that panel. And I'm looking forward to it because I love me some good Vampire in Brooklyn. If you haven't seen it, it's great. It's great. It didn't get the recognition it deserved. And it's a great Wes Craven movie. And Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy is a vampire? Come on. Next Gen. What's up, Next Gen? If Gale gets more of a leading role... Excuse me. Oh. If Gail gets more of a leading role in 7, then I could see her sacrificing herself in honor of Dewey and join him in the afterlife as a redemption. Then we could get Dewey flashbacks. Yeah, she would have to sacrifice herself in a way that would save others and stuff. So yeah, I would like to see a graveside in Woodsboro with them side by side. I think that would be great. I think that would be a great way to for the legacy characters to be done. But Nev Campbell would have to be there by the graveside to see both of their tombstones side by side. But yeah. I don't think that's a pretty good idea next June. That's awesome. Val says sending tons of positive vibes your way. Thank you, Val. Thank you. Love you so much. You're super awesome. Really appreciate that. Paula says you're welcome. I was trying not to lose my temper. I know. I think we all were. I didn't know it was going to go that far south, but it did. So yeah, zero tolerance from this point forward. So yeah, thank y'all for looking out. And I'm sorry y'all had to endure that too. That was unacceptable. But sometimes I say the best response is no response. And that's always my kind of approach. I'm not going to argue with ignorance and hate and all that kind of stuff. So, but then sometimes that heightens their anger because they're not getting what they want. They're not getting a response from you. So they'll go to great lengths to get under your skin or do something. And he better not do anything. That's all I'm saying. Hey, I Googled this guy. Y'all can Google this guy. And there's all kinds of stuff about him on Twitter and Twitch, him doing all this stuff over on Twitch and stuff like that. So I'm not his first victim. I don't know if I had it worse than anybody else, but he said some pretty crazy stuff to me. I had other content creators reach out to me asking if I'm okay, and I really appreciate that and everything. And yeah, I'm fine. But yeah, I'm not going to deal with any kind of stupid shit like that again. So yeah, but you never know what people are capable of. So it's almost like a threatening level. It is a threatening level. What am I saying? Thank you, Val. Love you too. Yep. Awesome. Always. Thank you, Jamie. Val says, I still have a bit of a feeling that Gale is knee deep in with Ghostface killings, aka Scream 4, no Ghostface killings. Gale struggles to write. Just saying. Yeah, it's kind of like she was looking for the next big break, and then you saw that Sydney was soaring with her book sales, but Gale was not. I wouldn't have been mad if Gale was a killer in Scream 4, And I really didn't even, everything seemed a little staged. Even when Ghostface stabs her in the shoulder, I didn't like how that looked. I was like, why did he stab her there? You got the whole torso, and you stab her right there? I don't know. I wasn't buying it. There's a lot of stuff in Scream 4 that I just wasn't feeling really. Great ideas. Great ideas. Just missing Patrick Lussier and just felt like a CW movie to me. Taylor Gray says, when is Scream 7 supposed to come out, or do we know yet? I mean, certain marketing, Taylor, has said that it's supposed to be released. Ghostface will return in Scream 7 in 2025. I still think that's the mark, sometime next year. We were discussing it earlier. I think that we don't know what, usually, Scream 5 came out in January. Scream 6 came out in March. But we don't know if they're going to stick with that. They could stick with Halloween season of 2025. They could still stick with Christmas time. What was it? The first Scream movie came out in December, what was it, 19th or something like that? Am I mistaken? What day? Maybe it's the 21st. I don't know. I can't remember. But it came out in December, right before Christmas. And they could be trying to hit that mark, So what I'm saying is there's still time to make this Scream movie. I think that there's a second script pretty much almost finished, at least a rough draft. They're just trying to make those deals. And I think they will. That's why I'm saying that they're going to be having to close some deals really quick. We're going to be getting a lot of stuff really, really quick. And they still have time to film this thing, depending on the release date in 2025. And I'm putting things into perspective. I was saying it earlier, if you weren't here earlier, Taylor, is that look at Saw 11. It's being released, what is it, at the end of September? And they just announced the director and that it's going to have a new writing team on it. But they still have to hit that September release date. So they haven't even started filming on Saw 11 yet. And look where it is in the year. So that's what I'm saying. They still have time. These type of movies don't take a very, very long time on closing it and editing and post-production and everything and getting it out there. So I still think that we're going to have Scream 7 in 2025. It just depends on where it's going to land. I think they already kind of know what they're working with, so they do need to close some deals pretty damn quickly. So yeah, Taylor, that's what I'm thinking. And welcome to the stream also. Hope you're enjoying it. Let's see here. Next Gen's in the house. Also, if they do mirror Scream 3 and focus Stab, then what if they got real meta and had the Stab actors for the core? Oh man, I don't know. I've never liked the whole... They've always made the Stab characters kind of like more goofy. I think that some of the Stab actors could accompany the original, I don't think they'd be the main core four, but they could accompany Chad, Mindy, Gail, Kirby, something like that. But I don't want to... Just following a whole new set of people or a new core four, I'm not digging that, really, honestly. But I think they could take that Scream 3 approach. I think I'll mirror that, and maybe some of them are people that'll have some death scenes that'll be a part of it, I do see some of that, but just following them specifically as the main cast, I don't know if that'd be well received. Now, my idea is, Richie and Amber, their whole reasoning, their motive was that all the sequels to Stab sucked, so they were trying to make a requel. That was all. That's all they were talking about, was requels, a direct sequel to the original. What if they succeeded in their plan and the studios took an account and tried to make a direct sequel to Stab and got rid of all the Stab movies? And that's why this next one is mirroring Scream 3, is because they're making a new Stab movie directly after the events of Stab 1. You see what I'm saying? I could see that happening. I really think that that's a big possibility. And a lot of people want them to take the new Nightmare approach, like Scream New Nightmare. What Scream's New Nightmare? I'm okay with that too. I don't know if I want that for Scream 7 right now. Given where we're at, I want some closure. I want some closure with everything that's going on right now. I don't want to jump to something else and then we have to jump back to this eventually. I don't want to do that. Scream's not like that. Scream is pretty consistent. It's one of the few horror franchises that's always stayed really consistent, and I want it to keep that. I don't want to be a Halloween or a Friday the 13th or anything like that. I want it like let's keep this going, and then we could try something different, 3 years later, and we do the new Nightmare approach. I'm cool with that. I would think it'd be cool to have everyone playing themselves, like Scream was just a movie, and there's someone trying to kill them at like a convention or something, and they could still use the same tagline as the first Scream movie. One fan has taken their love for horror movies one step too far. Could be the same exact slogan for that, because it still makes sense, because this is supposed to be in the real world. So Nev is playing herself, Jamie Kennedy's playing herself, Skeet Ulrich is playing himself, everything. So yeah. Yeah. Also, we're like 50 minutes into this. I want to say a big shout out to my brother from another mother, Brock Willis. I don't think he's in here today, but I want to say that, big happy birthday. I'm pretty sure most of y'all know who he is. He's been pretty active in the chats and in the live streams and everything, and he's a good friend of mine. I dig the guy. Good guy, very talented. So yeah, today is his birthday, so everyone give a big shout out to Brock Willis. A big happy birthday. I didn't want to forget that while I was just thinking about it, because I was going to say at the beginning of the stream and realized that we got caught up in all the Scream talk. So yeah, it is Brock Willis's birthday. So if you have a way to reach out to him on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or YouTube, whatever you have, reach out to him and give him a big happy birthday and tell him Large Marge sent you. No. What movie is that from? All right. Tell him Destination Station sent you. But Large Marge, that whole saying, that's from Pee-wee's Big Adventure when the truck driver picks him up. Okay. Showing my age. Sorry. I always like that scene. Let's see here. Paula says, I messaged you on Instagram. Okay, Paula, I'll check it out. Absolutely. I'll be looking at that right after the stream. Reaper says they still aiming for 2025 for release. I don't see why Nev wouldn't be filming in March if the script is in fact done and they have a director. You don't see why Nev wouldn't be filming in March. Well, there's a few things, Reaper. She has other projects that she's already got contracted under. She has Twisted Metal 2, and then there's some other... Why can I not think of this? I've talked about it several times, but she has another thing that's coming that she's got to be working on. I don't know how significant her role is in that other film, but it could be. I think it's one or the other, or maybe even both that she's filming for those. So I think that we don't have enough information or enough confirmation on the cast, the crew, all that stuff for it to be Scream 7. But I'm sure we will get a lot of news, especially by March. Taylor says, I'm a huge Ghostface fan. So am I. Absolutely. You're in the right place, Taylor. Hell yeah. Stick around. Everybody welcome Taylor. She's super awesome and have a good time. I hope you enjoy it here. Keep positive vibes going all the time, especially on this Friday night. Having a drink for our old boy Brock Willis. Happy birthday. And Taylor hanging out with us tonight. Jamie says, Des, are you rooting for anyone in the Super Bowl? I'm rooting for the Chiefs. Well, that's you're trying to get me in trouble, Jamie. A lot of people are mad. A lot of people are mad about all that, but yeah, I would say I'm going for the Chiefs too, I'm not gonna lie, like we listen, and it's not because of Taylor Swift or the relationship, any of that stuff. It's just I don't know, I just have a feeling they're gonna win. I really do. I know a lot of people are ticked off about that. That's all I'm hearing at work, and every time I get on my phone, I'm just like, I hear it from all sides, and I'm just like, I'm not like I love sports, but I'm not the biggest sports person. I don't keep up with all the statistics. I played them whenever I was growing up, but I'm more of a film nerd, I'm going for whoever. I just, I'm just looking forward to a good game and a good outcome. That's it. So yeah, but if I had to choose, I guess Chiefs. Yeah. Awesome. Yep. Are y'all Swifties? I gotta know. Let me know if you're a Swiftie. My wife is a Swiftie. We listen to Taylor Swift on repeat in here. So yeah. Jamie says, that's cool. I'm a Bills fan, but they aren't in it, so the Chiefs. Yeah. Next Gen says, oh yeah, I would of course prefer the real core four, but with them not coming back, this would be a way to focus on new characters and make it feel connected still. Yeah, I mean, that's one way to go about it. I mean, you never know what they're going to really do, honestly. You really don't. But I feel like you need more people than just the stab crew, you know, like the news stab crew, you know? Like we don't know them. We would be getting to know them all right there. I feel like you still need some legacy in there, leading the way, you know. Kind of like Scream 3, you know, you still had Gail and Dewey pretty much leading it, and you know Nev came in later on. She was here and there, so yeah. Jamie says Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Yes, you already knew. Jamie always, man, I can always count on Jamie knowing her shit. She's always schooling me and horror trivia, and she just knows her stuff. I saw that in theaters. How that for showing your age, Jamie. I think I saw it in theaters too. When did it come out? Was it an 80s movie or early 90s? Honestly, I don't think I did see that in theaters. So I lied to you. But I did watch it a lot when I was a kid. I was actually Pee Wee Herman. When I was younger, I was Pee Wee Herman for Halloween one time. There's probably pictures. There are pictures. I'd have to get a hold of them from my mom or something, and maybe I can show them to y'all on the stream here. I was Pee Wee Herman and my dad was Beetlejuice. Try to get you in trouble. Never. Yeah, I don't believe it. Paula says, I'm a Patriots fan, so I am rooting for the Chiefs. I am a Swiftie. Awesome, Paula. Hell yeah. You know, I might be a Swiftie too. I mean, I do like her music. She's very talented. I know a lot of people is giving her crap about how she treated Celine Dion on stage, and I was watching and I was like, I didn't see her disrespect her, but I was like, yeah, she could have been more respectful, I guess. But or like, oh hey, blah 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 blah. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We don't know how well they know each other or don't know each other behind the scenes. We don't know if they just talked before she went up, you know, or before the show started. Like, people create this turmoil, you know, like between different artists and stuff. Like, I've seen so many things being like, oh, did you see how so and so looked at so and so, and when they said so and so, and it's just like, who gives a flying shit? People have too much stuff just gossiping. Like, come on. Unless you got some real evidence on something, like, you know, sometimes them cameramen are made to, when something is said on stage that's you know, part of the script or whatever, they're made to plug in the look of so-and-so's face if they're talking about that person or somebody that they dated or was married to or whatever, and make it look like something. But it probably really isn't something. It's just, it comes off that way to us because we see the camera cut to somebody in the crowd, you know, and we see a look. And that might not even be the look that's taking place at that time. They may have made that look early on in the night and they still had that cut of it. And they plugged it in real quick. Even if it's live, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? So when you're live, I'm just, I'm not trying to go too deep here. But when you're live, everything that's happened prior, like we're live 58 seconds, everything that's happened prior can be clipped in some way, shape, or form, and I could plug it in right now. And I'm sure they got better equipment and better devices that can do it better than me on those big shows. So don't believe nothing of what you hear and only half of what you see. So here, anyways, I don't know where I was going with that. I just had to put that in there. Go Chiefs since the 49ers suck, putting my Packers out. Yeah. Hell no, I'm not a Swiftie. Why not, Val? Come on, join the cult. Come on, let's all take hands. I'm just kidding. My wife hates it when I'm like, man, this is like a damn cult. Like a cult of Ghostface, a cult of Swifties. Taylor says, yes, I'm a Swiftie. Awesome, Taylor. Hell yeah. Swiftie's good. Val, no disrespect. I mean, like, I could see it. Like I understand, like there's things not to like, you know, or maybe you don't want to get on that bandwagon. I get it. But at the end of the day, she's very talented. I got to give her that. And I feel like she's a better role model for the younger audience than some of the female artists or even male artists out there. Like, she's not over sexualized, you know, like, and focusing on young girls and being over sexualized. Yeah, she does have some flirty stuff in her content and stuff like that, but it ain't to a level of like graphicness, you know. That's all I'm saying. I appreciate that. I appreciate a classy broad. So yeah. Anyways, I just use the Super Bowl as an excuse to eat chicken wings. Oh, that's me too. Like I don't really care. I'm here for the party, and I'm gonna make a nice dip. I'm gonna make I have this thing that I make for like parties and especially for like Super Bowls and stuff like that. It's called dip shit. I'll give you the recipe. It is phenomenal. You got to use Rico's cheese though. Okay. If you don't know what Rico's cheese is, go to on Amazon and get the original Rico's cheese. It's like nacho cheese, but it's got a little bit of heat to it. It's delicious, but I put a lot of stuff in my dip shit. Bring it to every time I go to a cookout or something, or I'll make it here at the house when people come over. People are like, dude, this is super, super fantastic. Like, yeah, I know. It's mine though. But Jamie, I'd give you the recipe. I ain't giving nobody else the recipe. I give y'all the recipe, but I ain't giving none of my friends because they'll try to copy it and one up me at these gatherings, and I can't have that happen. Jamie says Taylor Swift lyrics are my happy place. They do set a mood. Sometimes in the mornings, like we have like an Alexa next to our bed, and we have a Google Max Home in our kitchen. And if I won't wake up, like sometimes, like I'm not the biggest morning person. I'm not gonna lie. Never have been. I want to wake up when I want to wake up. But my wife knows to get me out of the bed. She'll say, "Alexa, play Taylor Swift such and such," and I'm just like, "Oh, all right, I guess it's time to get up." Jamie says, I think it was 84 or 85. Dang, that movie aged well. For it to be that old, it doesn't, when you watch it, it doesn't seem that old. I need to rewatch it, I guess. Remember Pee-wee's Big Top Pee-wee or something? I haven't seen that in forever either. I need to resurface that. I would never see that like re-released or anything. Jamie says they were hugging backstage, so it's just a bunch of whiners who want to complain about crap they shouldn't even care about. Yeah, they just want to create this rivalry crap, and they shouldn't. They're both great artists. It was nothing. I'm pretty sure her going up there, anybody going up there and accepting an award, there's a lot on their mind, and it's probably like, I got to remember everything I planned on saying if I did win. And, you know, like some people just don't mean to, you know, shit happens, accidents happen. Like, people dig into it too much. Wow, this turned into a, we veered off a screen real quick, didn't we? Next Gen said, that's why I wouldn't try to get Gail and Kirby in there. The idea does give Halloween vibes. Though, which they'd probably meta comment on Rowan Campbell? Ronan? Are you saying Roman? Are you meaning Roman? Let me know. Yeah. I mean, like, I'm okay with it. Like, I don't understand why they can't quit trying to do something so different. Like, play it safe with these horror franchises. You can have a better ending. You can listen to the fans, listen to us. Like, we can give you a lot of stuff. I love dips of all kinds. You should put that on a shirt, Jamie. It just sounds weird when I say it out loud. I love dip. What if you went somewhere and you're like, hey man, you want some of this? Like, I love dips of all kinds. I don't really know what that means. Depends on where you're going with this conversation. Sorry, I'm goofy, y'all. I'm goofy. I am getting tired and my eyes are burning, so we are going to be wrapping it up after these next few comments, and I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. I'm sorry it's a short show. I'm really tired. My eyes are burning. I got a lot of editing to do this weekend, so and be looking out. We got Vampire in Brooklyn tomorrow night for Film Roast, 10 p.m. Central. Come back, hang out with us. We got it's either going to be Sunday or Monday. night that I'm going to schedule My Bloody Valentine for my horror Valentine series. So yeah, be looking out for that if y'all want to come back for a watch party for that. Along with other stuff, I got so much stuff like already scheduled out. Not enough time. Taylor says, hopefully I'll be able to stay up late and watch the Super Bowl because I usually go to bed early sometimes just because. No, I feel that. Best thing in the world is sleep. I take old man naps all the time. Like I'm just like, I'm gonna listen to my body and I'm gonna go take a nap. And I always remember a doctor a long time ago. I used to work in a hospital. I worked on like the psych ward side where I monitor psych patients, which I got a lot of crazy stories I could tell you. But I remember a doctor, it always stuck with me at a very, very young age that said, you need to take a nap, and if you're anxiety heavy or you're stressed or anything like that, instead of taking all this medication to make you cope with those situations, remove yourself from that situation. Relax your body, relax your mind, get you out of those anxiety situations, distance yourself, and take your rest. So yeah. And if your job tells you to do overtime and work all these crazy hours, you better listen to your body first, okay, before you say yes. So yeah, something I had to learn the hard way. Patricia Taylor is in the house. Hi, Destination Station. It's me, Patricia Taylor, Scott's fiance. How are you? Pretty good, Patricia. How are you doing tonight? We are getting ready to wrap up the stream. Going right over an hour right now. I really appreciate all of y'all hanging out with me tonight. Just kind of a laid back night. There's not a lot of Scream talk, but I want to keep it going and hang out. And just really, it's an excuse to hang out with y'all and just talk. So I hope y'all enjoy that. Jamie says, great idea. Totally doing that on a t-shirt. You should for the Super Bowl party. And if you do, send me a picture or post it on Instagram or something. I'd like to see that. That'd be funny. I love dips of all kind. like just put that big bold right there on your shirt and be like, I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know. It just seems funny to me. Maybe it's just more funny in my head. Val says, hope your daughter has a great birthday weekend. Yes. Thank you so much, Val. Really appreciate that. Yes, I do have an early morning tomorrow. So yeah. Hope y'all all have a great weekend too. So thank you. I will let her know that you said that, Val. I watched that last night. Let's see here. Okay, awesome. All right, well, that's gonna be it for us tonight. Just glad we touched base and kind of got to be able to spend some time together tonight with each other. And I hope y'all have a great Friday night. Hope you have a great weekend. And yeah, be looking out. I might, come back for Vampire in Brooklyn, Wes Craven's Vampire in Brooklyn tomorrow night with Eddie Murphy as a vampire. I haven't seen this movie in years. It's gonna be fun. It's like a comedy horror. It's gonna be a fun time. And might have some other live streams or watch parties I'm gonna plug in there too, because me and Marcus over at Shot 'em 6 Times, we got some stuff coming up. So just gotta schedule it for around both of our schedules. So yeah, be looking out for that. Thank you, Jamie. Really appreciate that. Have a great night, everyone, and we'll see y'all soon. That's right. I'll see y'all later, or I'll see y'all on another time. I love you all. You already know that. And take it easy. I'll be right back.